السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I welcome you all to the class of Qisas Nabiyeen, Volume 5. We finished the first chapter, which is Al-Asr al-Jahili, in 2 sessions. Inshallah ta'ala, today we will read قبل البعثة, before the prophethood. And this is a long chapter, obviously, because we go into the birth. And the 5th volume is a long volume, almost 200 pages. All right, before قبل البعثة. And there'll be a lot of hard words as usual, right? So let's begin. So first questions first. Is it Ba'atha or Bi'atha? So I've been looking, both I'm able to find. So Ba'atha yabathu Ba'athatan or Bi'athatan. Now, I've been used with Bi'atha with a kasra. So, I mean, it could be Ba'atha also. Inshallah ta'ala. We could say Ba'atha. Ba'atha yabathu. So I think both are there. Allahu alam. Yeah, they give me the fatha both. Yeah, Ba'atha. Jamu Ba'athat. Ba'atha yab'athu. It's Ba'atha. And then he's giving Bi'atha also. I'm looking at this dictionary in Al-Ma'ani, Al-Lughat Al-Arabiyyatu Al-Mu'asir. Bi'atha, Jamu' Bi'athat. He's giving both. So Ba'atha yab'athu, Ba'atha fi. Okay. So when both are there, he's talking about this is Ismu Marra. So قبل البعثة. So Ba'atha is Ismu Marra, and in grammar, if you remember, Ismu Marra is when you say one time, right? That's all Marra. And it comes on the pattern of Fa'ala. But the Hay'a is Fi'la. So is it, Hay'a is the way of doing things. So is it قبل البعثة or Ba'atha? Maybe Ba'atha, Allahu Alam, because before the mission. So he's talking about one mission. So maybe Ba'atha. Okay, we'll read Ba'atha maybe now, inshallah. So let's begin. قصد سيدنا إبراهيم مكة وهي في واد محصور بين جبال جرضاء ليس فيه ما يعيش. I mean, difficult words even in the first sense. ما يعيش عليه الناس من ماء وزرع وميرة. I don't know what this is. الطعام الذي يدخره الإنسان. ومعه زوجة هاجر وولده إسماعيل فرارا من الوثنية المنتشرة في العالم ورغبة في تأسيس مركز يعبد فيه الله وحده ويدعو الناس إليه ويكون منارا للهدى ومثابة للناس. Okay, let's see. قصد is to intend. قصد is to intend or head towards. قصد سيدنا Ibrahim Makkata. Ibrahim alayhi salam, how did they translate? Headed to Makkah. Yeah, qasada is to enter. Yani tawajjaha. Tawajjaha is also to go. وَهِيَ فِي وَادٍ. And he's explaining Makkah. Makkah, while you could say, and it was in a valley. Mahsur, hasara is to surround. Mahsur is ismul maf'ul. That is, it is surrounded by بين جبال جرضاء, between barren mountains. Jarda is feminine used. So Jarda'un or Jarda'u, no tanween because this is alif mamduda. بين جبال جرضاء. It will get a fatha because majrur, no? بين جبال جرضاء ليس فيه ما يعيش عليه الناس. And there's not in it what people can live. عليه, on the mountains, barren mountains. Min ma'in. So there's not in it ma ya'ishu alayhi nas. What can people live in it? From what? Min ma'in. There's no water there. Wa zara'in. There's no crops. Mazra'a, farms. Zara. Wa mira. I have to check this word. Mira. So first let's look at ajrad. The masculine is ajrad and the feminine is jarda. Ajrad and jarda, that means desolate, bleak, without vegetation, hairless, bald, No hair is also called feminine jarda. Masculine is ajrad. So Mara Yamiru, this root letter is Mim, Ya, and Ra. Mara Yamiru, Mayrun. Not Mara Yamuru is to move, but Mara Yamiru and Amara Yumiru is to provide. It's to provide something. Like you, Amara Yumiru, Yumiru, Ayalahu. He provides from his family. So this is Miratun and the plural is Miyar. Miratun means supplies, provisions. Miratun is provisions. That means nothing is used, and he gives a footnote also, no? At-ta'am. He's explaining Mira is what? At-ta'amu alladhi, which people can store, right? So supplies, provisions. Alladhi, at-ta'amu alladhi yaddakhiruhu al-insan. Yaddakhiru is to store. Right? So foods which are, we can store. So there was no storage. There was no like grains and all that. And with him, وَمَعَهُ زَوْجُهُ هَاجَرٌ. And with him is his wife Hajar, وَوَلَدُهُ Ismail, and his son Ismail. So he said, Ibrahim al-Islam headed, and where Makkah was surrounded by barren lands, between mountains, barren mountains, and there's nothing to live in it from water or crops or supplies or food, stored food. There's no storage also food. Why did he give water? Water is essential. Why do you give crops? Okay, you have food, right? You have crops. We can grow crops and fill ourselves. Or at least there should be some provisions. You don't have agriculture in your area. At least you can buy from some other place and you can mira. That's called mira. You can store in your warehouses or whatever and then live. There's nothing there. And then وَمَعَهُ زَوْجُهُ. And with him is, so Ibrahim al-Islam headed, and with him was his wife Hajar and his son Ismail alayhim salam, or alayhim salam. Why did he head? That is coming here. Firaran, running away. Right? Firaran min al-wathaniyyati al-muntashira fil alam. Running away, fleeing. Why did you? This is called mafulun lahu, right? Mafulun lahu, he's giving the reason. Why are you doing ma kharajtu min al-bayti? I did not leave from the house. Khawfan min al-matawi. Fearing rain. So this firaran is also, why did he leave? Why did he go to Makkah? Running away, fleeing from wathaniyatil muntashira. Wathaniya is idol worship, muntashira, which is spread. So widespread polytheism, they translate it as fil alami, in the world. And also seeking, raghba, if it comes with a fee, it means to be interested in, to like something, to seeking. And seeking, bi ta'sis, or desirous, he translated as desirous of ta'sis. Assasa yuassisu, ta'sis is to lay the foundation. Fi ta'sisin, or this is mudaf, so fi ta'sisi markazin, of a foundation of a center. So what kind of center? And again, if a sentence or jumla or shubha jumla comes after a nakira, it is a na'at. No? Fi ta'sisi markazin, which kind of center will it be? Yu'badu fihi Allahu wahdahu. Yu'badu, why did it translate yu'badu? Well, passive, where Allah alone will be worshipped in it. Wahdahu, why is it a fatha? Because hal, like Allah alone will be worshipped. وَيَدْعُ النَّاسُ إِلَيْهِ, and people will call towards him. وَيَكُونُ مَنَارًا, and it will be a manar. It will be a minaret. For what? Not literal minaret, but minaret of guidance. Lil huda wa mathabatin linnas. Why did I give a kasra? Because of this lil huda. Li is coming here. And mathaba is a place to return. It comes in the Quran also. And place of refuge. Mathaba. Linnas. وَجَعَلْنَا الْبَيْتَ مَثَابَةً لِلنَّاسِ. They can take refuge. Mathaba. Okay, first paragraph is done. تقبل الله هذا العمل وبارك في هذا المكان وأجرى الله الماء لهذه الأسرة المباركة الصغيرة المؤلفة من أم وابن وقد تركها إبراهيم في هذا المكان القاحل. Let's see what it means. القاحل is اليابس. القاحل لمنزع, oh, I don't know this word. المنعزل, انعزل ينعزل, so منعزل, it should be منعزل عن العالم. وكان بئر زمزم وبارك الله في هذا الماء فلا يزال الناس يشربون منه ويحملونه إلى أنحاء العالم. So Allah accepted this action. So hijrah to Makkah, Allah accepted. تقبل الله هذا العمل. Why تقبل? Form 5. وبارك في هذا المكان, and He blessed this place. وأجرى, أجرى is to run. أجرى, Allah made it to run. Allah flowed الماء, water, لهذه الأسرة المباركة, for this blessed family. الصغيرة, for this small blessed family. المؤلفة, مؤلفة, loving family. How do you translate مؤلفة? This comes from alifa. Alifa is to alifa ya'lafu, to be acquainted. So it could be ismul fa'il, so you can translate as mu'lifa, well familiarized family, intimate family, close knit family. لهذه الأسرة المباركة الصغيرة المؤلفة. Close knit family, you could say. Familiarized with alifa ya'lafu. So a close knit family. How did they translate below? Let's see. So small family comprising mu'lifa. Oh, okay, it's continuing. Okay, comprised of. Yeah. So mu'lifa means comprised of. Al-mu'lifa too. Al-mu'lifa, comprised of. Mu'lifa, the translation is comprised of min ummin wabnin. So this is continuing. Close knit family of a mother and a son. وَقَدْ تَرَكَهُمَا, and he surely left them, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, في هذا المكان الآحل. آحل يعني يابس, منعزل. انعزل is to stay away. منعزل. آحل, let's see, آحل. It comes from قحل يقحل قحل. قحل يقحل قحل قاحل. From قحل يقحل, يقحل, to be dry. قحل يقحل, يقحل. قاحل اسم الفاعل from قحل يقحل, قحل, to dry up. قاحل, dry, arid land. المنع, so انعزل is to stay away, so deserted, you could say. It comes from Ain, Za, and Lam. Azala yazilu is to remove. Azl, to remove something. And from 7, from the infa'al. Infa'ala is to become isolated. So isolated area. And how did it separate from the world? That's how it translates. Al-mun'azil anil alami. Separated from the world. وَكَانَ بِئْرُ زَمْزَمَ وَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ. And there was the bi'ru zamzam. This kana is, from what it appears, is kana tamma. And there was the bi'ru zamzam, the well of Zamzam also. There's no ismu and khabar. So kana can be used in a complete form. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ, there was Allah. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ شَيْءٍ, and there was nothing before him. So وَكَانَ بِئْر, that's it. There was the bi'ru zamzam. It doesn't take ismu kana, it's called tam when it's complete kana. Because you don't have a khabar here. The bi'ru zamzam was, that's it. So there was a bi'ru zamzam well, Mubarakallahu, and Allah blessed. So how do you translate? And the well of Zamzam was blessed by Allah. Yeah, okay. And Allah blessed fi hadha al-ma'i fala yazalu an-nasu, and zala yazalu, and the people continue to yashrabuna minhu, drink from it, wa yahmalunahu, and carry it. Hamila yahmalu, to carry, ila anha'il alam, to the corners of the world. ونشأ إسماعيل وأراد إبراهيم ذبح ابنه إسماعيل وهو غلام يسعى إيثارا لحب الله تعالى على حبه وتحقيقا لما رآه في المنام واستسلم إسماعيل لهذا الأمر ورضي به وفداه الله بذبح عظيم ليكون عون أبيه في الدعوة إلى الله وليكون جد آخر النبي وأفضل الرسل. ونشأ إسماعيل, so Ismail al-Islam grew up, نشأ grew up. وأراد إبراهيم, Ibrahim wanted Ibrahim wanted what? Dhabh. And this is the masdar of dhabh yadhbah, to slaughter. Dhabh ibnihi Ismail, the slaughter of his son Ismail. وَهُوَ غُلَامٌ يَسْعَى, he was a child, ghulam, a boy running about. Yas'a, not like a boy which is sitting, right? He was running. So maybe 3, 4 years, 5 years, we don't know, 6 years. Itharan. Athara yuthiru is to prefer. Itharan, giving preference. Ithar. Lihubbillahi ta'ala. So he had options, right? Slaughtering sons or not following the commandment. He chose the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is to slaughter his son, not slaughter. He chose to slaughter. Itharan lihubbillahi ta'ala la hubbihi. Choosing the love of Allah over the love of his son. وَتَحْقِيقًا, and to make حَقَّقَ يُحَقِّقُ تَحْقِيقًا, to make something in reality. Proving, he translated, proving لِمَا رَآهُ فِي الْمَنَامِ, that is making into reality of what he saw in the dream. وَاسْتَسْلَمَ إِسْمَعِيل, even his son Ismail alayhi salam, he surrendered. Istaslam is yastaslimu, istislam is to surrender. Form 10, لِهَذَا الْأَمْرِ, for this matter. وَرَضِيَ بِهِ, and he was pleased with it. وَفَدَاهُ اللَّهُ, fada is to ransom something. What is ransoming? You give something else, you take something. So Allah changed ransoming, like you free yourself by paying money. Give money and you free yourself. So that's called fadah. So fadah, you have these, fa, dal and ya, I believe. Fida'un. So fada yafdi, fa, dal and ya. Fada yafdi, fida'un, to redeem, ransom, sacrifice. So Allah changed fadahullahu bidhabhin azimin. Allah changed it with the dhabhin azim, with the great slaughter. That means the ram here. Allah changed the ram. He didn't mention the ram, but dhabh means an animal here, I guess. لِيَكُونَ عَوْنَ أَبِيهِ فِي الدَّعْوَةِ إِلَى اللَّهِ, because he can be help to its father in the Ismail Islam will be the help. Aun. Ana ya'unu. Aunan. Liyakuna, and auna is giving fatha because of khabar of liyakun. Yakunu. Liyakuna auna abihi fi da'wati ila Allah, so that he can be a help towards his father in the da'wah of Allah. Waliyakuna, and so that he can become the grandfather or the forefather here, because he's not really the grandfather but father's father. Liyakuna jadda akhiri nabiyyin, he'll become the forefather of the final prophets, Nabi, wa afdali Rasul, and the best of the messengers, most virtuous Rasul. وعاد إبراهيم إلى مكة واشترك الأب والابن في بناء بيت الله وكان دعاهما أن يتقبل الله هذا البيت ويبارك because of an will give a fatha ويبارك فيه وأن يعيش على الإسلام ويموت عليه ولا ينقطع بموتهما وأن يبعث الله نبيا من ذريتهما يجدد دعوة جده إبراهيم ويتم ما بدأه. وعاد إبراهيم إلى مكة, Ibrahim alayhi salam returned to Makkah. واشترك الأب والابن في بناء بيت الله, and the father and the son, they participated in building bana yabni bina'un, to build in the house of Allah, to build Kaaba. وكان دعاؤهما, and their dua was أن يتقبل الله هذا البيت, that Allah accepts this house, ويبارك فيها, and he will bless. So their dua was many things. One, Allah accepts this house and he blesses, baraka yubariku, and we are giving a fatha because of an, it's coming atf, ويبارك فيه, and he blesses in it, وأن يبعث عليه على الإسلام, and يعيش, sorry, وأن يعيش على الإسلام, عاش يعيش, and they both live. That's why the noon is dropped, no? Ya'ishani, the noon is dropped because mansub, because of an. وأن يعيش على الإسلام, that they live on Islam. ويموت عليه, and they both die on it, on Islam. And they also ask ولا ينقطع بموتهما, and that it should not cut off with their death. What? Islam should not be cut off after the death. وأن يبعث الله, they also made the dua of من ذريتهما نبيا يبعث الله, that Allah raise a prophet from their ذريتهما, from their progeny, both of their children. ويجدد دعوة جده إبراهيم, and he will revive. Jaddada yujaddidu tajdeed. He will revive the da'wah, the call of his grandfather Ibrahima wa yutimma. Again, why I've given وَأَنْ يَبَثَ اللَّهُ نَبِيًّا مِنْ ذُرِّيَّةِ مَا يُجَدِّدُ. Nabiyyan is mansub, so yeah, yujaddidu, it'll be a dhamma because there's nothing to make it mansub. Yujaddidu da'wata jaddihi Ibrahim wa yutimmu ma badah, and he will complete what he started. Ibrahim alayhi salam started, and he brings the verse from the Quran. وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَاعِيلُ. When Ibrahim alayhi salam raised the foundations from the house, and also Ismail, رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا, oh Allah, accept it from us. Innaka anta samiul alim, indeed you are. You should check the translations. I'm just translating generally. Innaka anta samiul alim, indeed you are the most hearing, the most knowledgeable. Rabbana waj'alna muslimayni laka. Oh Allah, make us waj'alna muslimayni, ani aini duals, make us two Muslims for you, that is submit us to you. Min dhurriyatina, and from our offspring progeny, ummatan muslimatan lak, Muslim ummah, wa adina manasikana, and show us the manasik, the ways, the rituals, the Hajj, Umrah, wa tuba alayna, and turn towards us. Innaka anta tawwabur rahim, indeed you are the Tawwab and Ar-Rahim, the most merciful and the oft acceptor of repentance. Tawwab. Rabbana wa ba'ath fihim rasula. Oh Allah, send, they gave a translation here, send to them a messenger from among them. Minhum Rasulan, again this is nakirana, Rasulan minhum. What does this Rasul do? Sentence is coming, so this is a naat for Rasulan. Yatlu alayhim ayatik. This messenger, what will do? He will recite to you verses. Wa yu'allimuhu al-kitaba wal-hikmah. He will teach you the book and the wisdom. Wa yuzakkihim, and he will purify them. Innaka antal azizul hakim. Indeed you are the mighty, the wise. Wa barakallahu fi dhurriyyatihima. And Allah blessed in their children. وَتَوَسَّعَتِ الْأُسْرَةِ. Tawassa, expanded. Family spread. Spread. وَكَثُرَ أَوْلَادُ عَدْنَانِ. And kathura is to increase. أَوْلَادُ عَدْنَانَ. Adnan's children increased. Adnan was a progeny. It came the Rasul's Jad, forefather. وَهُوَ مِنْ أَحْفَادِ إِسْمَاعِيلَ الْإِسْلَامِ. He was from the grandsons of Ismail al-Islam. Like many generations down, obviously. Ahfad. Hafid, plural is ahfad. I don't know what nabagha fi dhurriyatihi Fihr ibn Malik. Nabagha, I don't know what nabagha means. Let me see. Oh, nabagha yambughu. Nabagha is to yambughu. Nabagha yambughu is to emerge. وَنَبَغَ فِي ذُرِّيَّتِهِ فِهْرُ ibn Malik. And who emerged from his zurriya, from his children progeny? Fihr ibn Malik. From Adnan, then Fihr ibn Malik. وَمِنْ أَوْلَادِهِ قُصَيْ ibn Kilab. And from his children were Qusay. وَقَدْ وَلَّ الْبَيْتِ أَمَرَ مَكَّةَ. He's giving a ya. Waliya, or waliya maybe. He became the wali, guardian. He was the governor. Oh, maybe it's not a verb, it's a noun. No, it's a verb. Yeah, see, they did not give dots. It's walla yuwalli. In mine, there are dots. That is a mistake, I believe. Walla is to become a governor or something. Walla al-bayta. And he became the governor of the house, guardian of the house. And walla al-bayti, or it'll be an amra Makkah. And the matters of Makkah. So, وَلَّ الْبَيْتَ وَأَمْرَ مَكَّةَ. Mafulun bihi. And he became the guardian of the house and the matters of Makkah. Not only the house, like, okay, you're limited to the house, but also Makkah, also he became the leader. Who? Qusay ibn Kilab. وَكَانَ سَيِّدًا مُطَاعًا. And he was leader who was followed. Right? He was leader that was obeyed. كَانَتْ إِلَيْهِ. And to him was hijabatul bayt. Hijaba, the house was there, you put your cover. Hijaba, he was in charge of the door of the Kaaba. They translate hijaba as door of the Kaaba. But hijab is putting the cloth of the Kaaba. وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِيحُهُ. Yeah, it looks like a door. حجابته وعنده مفاتيحه, and he had the keys of it, of the Kaaba. وسقاية زمزم, and he used to feed people Zamzam. ورفادة, and what is rifada? He gave a footnote here. رفادة, الرفادة طعام, feeding. كانت قريش تجمع كل عام لأهل موسم, and Quraysh used to gather for every year for the people of the season, that is Hajj. ويقولون هم أضياف الله تعالى, and they used to say they are the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is called rifada. How did he translate? He would give Zamzam, feed the pilgrims, and the council, and that is feed the pilgrims, yeah, feed the pilgrims. والندوة التي يجتمعون فيها, and he had the council. Qusay, he had so many responsibilities, no? And he had the nadwa also. يجتمعون فيها, they used to gather in it. للمشورة والرأي, or consultation and opinion. واللواء, he's also لواء, واللواء في الحرب, and he also had the responsibility of waving the flag during the war. He will be the flag holder of his people. فحاز شرف مكة كله. حاز, he had gathered sharaf, the honor of Makkah, everything. So he became supreme leader. Okay, well, 2 more paragraphs and we are done for the day, inshallah ta'ala. وتنبل, he gave a footnote. كان ذا نبل وذكاء وشرف. وتنبل, تنبل to become noble. So Nabala Yambul used to shoot arrows, or to become high man. Nablun are also called arrows. Nabl, but Nabala is nobility, to be noble. And from it, Tanabbala, he became a noble person. وَتَنَبَّلَ فِي أَوْلَادِهِ عَبْدُ مَنَافٍ. So who became noble, who became royal in his children was Abdul Manaf. وكان هاشم أكبر أبناء والده عبد مناف. And Hashim was the أكبر أبناء, was the eldest son. أكبر أبناء والده عبد مناف, or Abdi Manaf. And Hashim was the biggest son of his father Abdul Manaf. وكان كبير قومه, and he was the big of his people, elder of his people, a leader of his nation. Yeah, كبير قومه, you could say leader of his nation. وكانت عنده الرفادة والسياقة or siqaya, and he had the rifada, feeding. It's called the rifada is feeding, feeding the people, and siqaya, and drinking also. وهو والد عبد المطلب, and Hashim was the father of Abdul Muttalib, جد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, or جدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, the grandfather of Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم. وقد, again it should be ولا السقاية والرفادة بعد عمه المطلب ابن عبد المناف. And Abdul Muttalib got the feeding and drinking of the pilgrims after his uncle Muttalib. He's just briefly mentioning all these stories. We are doing a rahiq. If you want to detail, you can go and watch that. Abdi Manaf وشرف في قومه شرفا, or شرفا في قومه, it should be Dhamma, I believe. And he became noble in his people. Who? Abdul Muttalib. And he became noble في قومه شرفا لم يبلغه أحد من آبائه. He was such high in status, nobody reached amongst his fathers. وأحبه قومه, and his people loved him, loved Abdul Muttalib. وسمى أولاد, or Summiya, you could say. Yeah, Summiya. But he did not give dots here, so it's Alif. It should be Summiya, I believe. وَسُمِّيَ أَوْلَادُ فِهْرِ ibn Malik, and the sons of Fihr ibn Malik were known as Quraysh. So it became the clan of Quraysh. وغلب هذا الاسم على جميع الأسماء فاشتهرت هذه القبيلة بقريش وأقر أهل العرب كلهم بعلو نسب قريش والسيادة وفصاحة اللغة نساعة البيان, or نساعة, let's see that word. نساعة التسبيب هو النذر لآلهتي. What is صفاء الوضوء, نساعة, or نساعة, let's see. وكرم, how do you say, كرم الأخلاق, it's كرم, كرم I think بتفتح وكرم الأخلاق والشجاعة وصار ذلك مثلا لا يقبل نقاشا ولا جدلا. وسمي أولاد were called قريش وغلب هذا الاسم and this name became famous على جميع الأسماء. All the names, you know, the first اشتهرت, this should be passive I believe. اشتهرت هذه القبيلة and this tribe became famous by Quraysh, by the name Quraysh. وأقر أهل العرب, even Arab, they were like, they confirmed it. كلهم, all of them, بعلو نسب قريش, that the Quraysh had the high lineage, والسيادة, and leaderships of Quraysh are the leaders of فصاحة اللغة, and they are the best speakers of Arabic فصاحة, فصيح, eloquent tongues. ونسع, let me see, نسع or نسع, it's with the fatha, purity. نسع is to be pure. نسع with the fatha, purity. وضوح, نسع, it comes from نسع, ينسع, to be clear, huh? Like واضح. نساعة البيان, or نساعة البيان, because بعلوه it's all going. ونساعة البيان وكرم الأخلاق, and the karam is generosity of the character, nobility of the character. Karam could mean two things, huh? Generosity as well as nobility. والشجاعة, shaja'a is bravery, and so these guys were the bravest people. وصار ذلك مثلا, and they became an example, proverbial. لا يقبل or يقبل نقاش, and there was no argument about it. ولا جدل, no debate. So there was no difference of opinion about it. There was no difference of opinion. So shaju'a yashju is to become courageous, and the master is shaja', and the person who is bold is called shuja'. So many people get confused. Is it shuja' or shaja'? It's with a fatha, shaja'. Bravery is called shaja', but the person who's brave is called shuja'. And the plural is shuja'an or shuja'atun. Shuja'. Okay. By the way, shaja' is also used for encouraging. Shaja' tajji'an. Alhamdulillah, we finished this part. We'll do Zuhur al-Wathaniya and Hadithatul Fil. I think in our next class. This is a long book. It'll take us a long time. The 5th volume, but yeah, it's worth it to do this book, because if you've done all the 4 volumes and then do this book, it is enough. You know, it's a lot for vocabs. Inshallah ta'ala, barakallahu feekum, Jazakallahu Khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.